because you understand that if you don't have a big why, something that moves you, right, you're just not going to get out of bed in the morning, you're not going to do the work you have to do, you're not going to be able to juggle all the things you want to juggle and balance. You'll just run out of energy, and you'll feel lack of energy, and therefore procrastination, and there the cycle starts again. So first of all, it's very intelligent of you to realize that you need a why. A lot of people don't realize it. They're just chasing various things that pop up, this shiny object, that shiny, interesting opportunity. They don't have this force within, and that you can only do by really coming up with your why, the reason, the passionate reason why you're willing to go through anything. And you are going to have to go through anything, no matter what you try to accomplish, because the road is filled with obstacles. And you have to really want it. I see you're a female, I know you're a mother, so in a way it's something like going through the stages of pregnancy and birth. You saw how you really want to have a baby. If you don't really want it, you can't go through all of that, right? All that difficulty. So in a way it's like giving birth. Since you're a female, you can relate to that metaphor. So you have to have that really passionate why. Now, in my method, From Fear to Freedom, one of the exercises, Define Your Ithaca, exercise number 3, Define Your Ithaca, deals with helping people to find that compelling goal, Ithaca is the island in the Odyssey, as most people know, the one that it took 10 years for Odysseus to reach, and he had to go through all these trials and difficulties, because by default, when you have a goal, realistically, you're going to have to go through many, many obstacles. So this is why I decided to call it Ithaca, because this is the goal for which you are going to be willing to go through anything it takes. And when you're in love with this goal, things just don't seem so difficult. I mean, because the ends will justify what you want to achieve, it will give you power at the same time. So you're looking for a very compelling goal. And like Archimedes, the ancient Greek philosopher, engineer, said, give me a stone to stand on and I can rule the world, right? That's what you're looking for. You're looking for this one stone to stand on, to say, this is me, this is what I stand for. And here I am, present, contributing all my energy, my creative energy, my beauty, all the gifts that have been given to me, I'm going to dedicate to this higher goal. Now, a lot of us have all this energy, we just don't know where to focus it. So basically, as you said, we arrive at this goal through asking ourselves some very straightforward questions. So we're going to just do that all together now. So I think I'll just go through some of these questions for you and with you. So in order to define your Ithaca, define this compelling goal, you have to do first some detective work, some self-searching, looking at yourself from the outside. Ask yourself, looking around at your personal and professional spaces, okay? Look for 3 to 5 things that you feel are very important to you. These are like clues to who you really are. So you can start with your workspace, an office that you may have, and ask yourself, what are my favorite things here? What are 3 or 4 of my favorite things? And usually they symbolize something. Like I have my diploma on the wall, my PhD. It symbolizes, my love for learning, my dedication to healing. Maybe you have your computer, how much do you love your computer as something that will help you achieve your goal? Or maybe it's your painting equipment. Like, what are some of the things that you love? You can go ahead and share some of your ideas with me as we're speaking, and our other friends on Facebook, on Instagram, perhaps they can jot down some notes of their own. But if you like to share or ask me whether some of these objects qualify, feel free to go ahead now.
Well, for me personally, it's in regards to scrapbooking and family photo organizing. It's very basic, maybe procrastination subject. But as you've just said, my desk is always piling on photos and albums, and it's hard for me to get to it and organize it, and that's always cluttering my head for years.
So, but is that something you actually love, the photos and the scrapbooks that you're making? Is that something you're passionate about?
I think in a way it helps me to organize my life in my head and memories. And when I can't get to it, then it's a bit clutter in my head. And I feel like maybe, reading a book would be more rewarding instead.
No, but listen to the question. I don't know if you've understood the question, whether I haven't explained it thoroughly enough. Yeah. I'm looking for things in your house or in your office that you feel very positive towards. You see? That maybe... Yes. Like maybe you're really into your clothes. You love beautiful clothes. Or maybe I see you have a portrait of Audrey Hepburn behind you. Yes. Why is that portrait there? So what are a few of your favorite things? It's a very simple question. Even in The Sound of Music, they said, here are a few of my favorite things. What are a few of your favorite things?
Well, Audrey Hepburn is one of them. Definitely.
Audrey Hepburn. So we would write down Audrey Hepburn. We would take note. That's something we want to note. Looking for 3 to 5 things that you're passionate.
Lots of plants. So
plants. You like to have. You tend to your plant. You love your plants. You love your flowers and plants.
Yes.
Okay. So these are household items.
And then I also love in Art Nouveau furniture. I'm collecting.
You're collecting some Art Nouveau furniture. Yes. I'm just repeating these things so that our audience can also hear. So those are 3 things that I would say are a little in the realm of the personal, and that's fine because that often is a clue to the professional. But also give me about 3 things that are more on the professional side. A few of your favorite things.
I have PhD diploma that I'm proud of.
Okay, what's the PhD diploma in? What did you study?
In life sciences.
Life sciences. Okay.
Microbiology, biochemistry.
Okay, interesting. And so you were passionate, you're proud of that. It gives you a good feeling when it gives you joy.
Yes.
To know that you have done this. What other objects or things that are related to professional space?
Well, I have also sewing machine that it's still in my corner, and I try to engage that, but that's still on, and maybe I will get back to it.
Okay.
And also piano.
Your piano and your sewing machine. Okay, so excellent. We have a very nice list of 3 to 6 things, exactly as the exercise in the book proposes. And now I want you to go next to each one of these things. This is work, and it's not just chit-chat. It does take some writing. Now let's go down these 6 things that you mentioned. Just list the object and the value it represents for you. The value.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you, let's start with, which one did you start with?
I think it was Audrey Hepburn picture.
Okay, you have the Audrey Hepburn picture. Now, a lot of people like Audrey Hepburn, but they love her for different reasons. What is the thing you value about her or that photograph?
Well, first will be that she was so authentic, like a real person. She was not trying to she was not craving to be famous or to have money. She was doing, I feel like she was doing what she was doing for the right reasons.
Okay.
And
so let's just be focused here, because you can, I want you to say Audrey Hepburn, and next to her the value is authenticity.
Yeah.
Authenticity. So we're looking for what you value, you see. It's not the exterior things. We're looking on a deeper level. What makes, what are your real values? So we've got one for Audrey Hepburn. What was the next thing that you liked? Your plants, I believe?
Plants.
Okay, so now your plants. Tell me a little about why you like your plants. What's the value that your plants represent?
It's the freshness. It reminds me where we are coming from nature, that we're all nature, that this you constantly have to remember that you will die one day. So I want to be part of, if you want to remember that that the life is so fragile. We have
the brevity of life. Okay, so it reminds you of the preciousness of your life.
Yeah.
The precious. Okay, so put plants. Life is precious. This is a value for you. It's important to remember that, to remind yourself. So, what are the other things you love? You said, you mentioned sewing machine.
Sewing machine is the creativity, giving gifts maybe for others, homemade gifts.
Giving. Okay,
creating.
So sewing machine, next to it would say creativity. Creativity.
Yes.
Other object?
I think there were furniture.
Your furniture. You have Art Deco furniture. Now, a lot of people like Art Deco furniture, but for different reasons. What's your reason? Again,
creativity, the heart that was put in the work, the work that it's taken for granted these days. It was made with
creativity.
Time was spent on it.
Creativity and the love of giving, the love of giving. So we're beginning to slowly understand, what inspires you. These values. Let's go for one more object.
I think it was the diploma.
Your diploma. Okay, your diploma in life sciences and biology. What does that represent for you?
Constant growth, desire to constantly search for answers.
Okay, excellent.
For answers.
So lifelong learning, growth, lifelong learning and growth. So the list can go on and on. We are just looking for the values, what's really important to you. All these exterior things always represent something on a deeper level. And if you want to find out your why, you really have to start collecting those specific values that make you come alive. Another place you can find your values is, how do you spend most of your time? What, so name 3 to 4 things that you spend a lot of time doing. That you like doing, right? That you enjoy doing.
Exercise.
Exercise. Let's write that down. And so now you can just write the value next to it. So what does exercise represent?
Discipline.
Self-discipline.
Self-growth again.
Self-growth and self-discipline. Let's write that down. You seem to be a person who's reading a lot, watching a lot of videos, learning.
Yes.
Right? You spend quite a lot of time on that, right?
Second would be books, yes, also reading.
Okay, so we write that down, books and educational material.
And also learning, also cooking perhaps, also again learning healthy lifestyle. I don't know if you can put that together with exercise.
So it's growth, self-discipline, cooking. What does that represent for you? Enjoyment?
No, again, learning, because
learning.
Then,
experimenting.
Again, I have to learn new, cuisine from all different countries. It's always a challenge.
So you're experimenting. You're kind of experimenting. You like the challenge. You like the growth, the learning. Again, expansion, growth. Very nice. You're doing great. All right. You can mention another activity that you spend your time on.
Also meditation, but that's maybe not too much, but every day.
Every day you give importance to that, right? Because, obviously you're cleaning the bathroom too, but you're not really that interested in that. It's just something that has to be done. But meditation, you're doing for what reason? What is the value that meditation represents for you?
I believe there's some inner wisdom that can come from that. And
okay, so wisdom. You're looking for wisdom, to commune with your own wisdom.
Right.
Okay, beautiful. This is it. So we're just like going around as a detective, looking to see what makes you tick. And I'd like to invite also our guests on social media, our friend Anastasia, Plato, Margarita, Nick and Nikos, and all our other friends on Instagram as well. Sorry, I can't mention everyone's name. So we're going down our favorite things we spend time on, so that we can help ourselves understand what we value most. When you find what you value most, it brings you into contact with that treasure within and that fire within. So this will help you clarify, clear all the rubbish away, and really see where you want to focus your life on, your life energy. Now, what activities energize you? Okay. What activities are things that when you do them, you feel alive? Like, for example, one thing that energizes me is asking people about their life and discussing with people about their life. I'm just so energized when I hear about people's life, especially their dreams and their aspirations, when people really get real and tell me what they love. After such a conversation, I feel great during the conversation and after the conversation. That's just an example. I also like, for example, swimming. That brings me alive. It makes me feel good, makes me feel happy, and my vitality goes up. What about yourself? Where do you notice that your energy level goes up? Energy level goes up. Maybe it's good to think of the opposite. Where does your energy level go down? Generally speaking, it's good to observe, when do you feel most energized? Is it when you're more alone? Is it more when you're in a social? Are you speaking with others? Anything. No judgment here. Anything goes. Energy level goes up. How about dancing? Do you like putting on music and dancing? Well, how can you go wrong with that? I mean, everyone's energy level goes. I mean, I know very few people who don't feel their energy level going up when they dance. So we can put that down. Energy, dancing, singing, that kind of thing. But otherwise, what other activities? And you can refer back to the same things as you answered in previous questions. If it's gardening or, you know, cooking, what are those activities that you notice that your level goes up?
Well, for me, it is definitely dancing and singing.
Dancing and singing. Do you feel the endorphins coming up? You feel that fountain of youth and vitality coming through?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so let's write that down. Dancing, singing, and what the value is there is vitality, energy. That's what it gives you.
Yes.
What about speaking with certain types of people?
Yes.
I like
I'm
to.
rather
Yes, go ahead.
introvertic. I'm rather introverted.
You're rather introvert, but
there's a personal growth involved, and I feel like I could learn so much. Then it energizes me again.
okay. So you like it talking with people from whom you learn. You learn with people.
Yes.
You like the discussions in where there's value, there's growth and learning.
Yes.
So just put that. Speaking with or being in the company of intelligent people gives me growth, learning, and energy. And I like to invite you in YouTube and Instagram, write down in the comments, please, what kind of things and activities give you energy? What kind of things do you feel positive after doing? And by the way, if you don't know these, this is not a good sign. You should have a list of the things that make you feel good, if only to use when you're in a crisis, when you're depressed, when you're down. You should have that list of 10 of your favorite activities so that you could get yourself out of depression, get yourself out of being on a down. So this exercise aside, you need to have that knowledge either way. Everybody should have that list of my 10 favorite activities. Even if it's, eating ice cream, what do you love about it? The sweetness that it makes you feel. At least that, you should know what brings you up. You should have that list available. Now, let's continue doing the detective work. Where do you spend and invest most of your money? Where do you spend and invest? For example, I know that I buy a lot of technical equipment for my YouTube channel, for my filming. I've bought cameras. I don't invest in clothes. I'm not that interested in clothes. Other people invest in art materials. Where do you love spending your money? That will tell you a lot about what you value. Another thing I like doing is online courses. Maria, you're a patron of mine, so I know you like spending or investing your money in something that has to do with learning and growth, again. But what other areas do you spend or invest your money in? Take your time, there's no rush. Do you spend it on makeup? You're a very beautiful person. You mentioned furniture. You like to collect 1920s and 30s furniture. Beautiful.
Makeup, good quality.
Right. So you love beauty. You love beauty and you love learning. Let's just put those down as values that you have and are important for you. Go ahead, my dear friends, also on Instagram and YouTube, write down your places where you invest money. You like buying something for yourself or something for others. And next to that item, put the value that it represents. For example, some people buy, very expensive designer bags. These people value status, being appreciated for some kind of status, right? They need status approval. They need the approval of others, right? Or they buy the expensive bag because they just think it's beautiful and they love beauty. The important thing is to be honest with yourself. Why do you love something? Don't say, I bought this designer bag because it's beautiful. Who are you kidding? You bought it because you want to impress others, because you crave the appreciation of others. It's okay. Say it. I need appreciation. That's okay. No one's judging. Just be honest with yourself. That's all I want you to do. As I'm talking, you can write down the things you spend money on, and next to it, the values that they represent for you. For you men, a lot of the times, you want to get expensive cars. You want to spend on a good car, like a Porsche. Why do you like the Porsche? Yeah, we know it's a fast car, but that's not why you want it. You wanted to impress the ladies, right? You need the love and appreciation of the ladies, for example. Or you want the status, again, the love and appreciation of other men. Whatever it is, just write down that value, what's important to you. Don't judge yourself, just write it. Right. So now we are moving into which area of your life do you obsess about in terms of being organized and a little professional? For example, there are some housewives who are very professional about their household. Okay, other housewives, they're not interested so much in the professionality of their being a housewife. They just do it to get it over with, but what they really do is they focus their attention on their career, on something else. So observe which areas of your life are you obsessive about being perfect about. You push it to perfection. You're looking for excellence. These are important questions. They make you think, they make you look at yourself from the outside, so you can better understand from an objective point of view, where am I spending my energy on? Where am I spending my money on? Where am I spending my vital hours on, my time? So what about you, Mary? Do you want to tell us, have you figured out what you're obsessive about, what you want to be professional about?
Well, maybe it's a little bit embarrassing, but it is, like you said, a household, and I pay attention that it's clean, that everything is in the right place and everything is organized. And last month I have been trying to shift that a little bit, because I have been doing a lot of internal work, so I'm trying to shift that a little bit, into playing piano or exercise, or just, having conversations to promote self-growth. So
I see.
It's a good question, yes.
Okay, because in the areas that you're meticulous and want excellency, that means your value. And from what I understand, up until recently, your household was very important to you.
Right.
Now you want to have more balance and start bringing in other things like playing the piano or your profession. Perhaps you want to develop, go into your profession, or not, or some other activities, whatever it may be. You don't want to spend all your energy meticulously looking at the details of your household. You want to go and expand more areas. So you're shifting your values from home and family to creativity and perhaps career to be seen. So write down that value that you value home and family, but you also value creativity, expression, self-expression, and that may lead to more of your creative energy expressing itself. I'm not even saying that it has to be a career. It can just be you having a balance between home and family and self-expression, self-realization. These are values for you now that are rising in importance. So just write down these values. Another clue to who you are and finding your why is, what are you obsessed about? Are you obsessed about anything? For example, I'm obsessed with personal development. I say it. I'm obsessed with Greek philosophy. I'm obsessed with wisdom. I'm obsessed with just tools, finding tools that are helpful to myself and others. I admit it. I'm obsessed. Is there anything that you're obsessed about?
Well, for me, it's definitely self-growth, with whatever phase it has. I see self-growth in learning basically anything. Even when you exercise and you push, you're learning yourself, and then
So you're obsessed with personal growth. You're obsessed with personal growth. Let's just write that down so we can move on. What are you guys obsessed about here on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram? Write down in the comments, what are you passionate and obsessed about? Another clue is, what sort of goals do you set? What sort of goals do you set for yourself? Or have you set in the past and have achieved? Or even if you haven't achieved them, what sort of goals have you set that you have been close to? You might not have achieved the top level, but you moved quite a lot in a certain area. Like somebody might have had music lessons and they moved and progressed in music, or technology, computers. They had a goal of learning, I don't know, how to program, and they moved forward in that. What kind of talents or skills or goals have you achieved a certain level of? Well, firstly, you mentioned your PhD, so I think you achieved, you set a goal and you achieved it in science, for
yes,
example.
And recently it's for me it's exercise. I've been running, and I've been running now for more than a year, and now I'm looking forward to my first marathon.
Oh, congratulations! Congratulations!
That will be really big.
That's huge! Congratulations! So, what does it represent for you? What's the value that it represents for you? What's the value that marathon represents for you? Is it overcoming yourself, your limitations? Or is it just health? Self-discipline.
Yes,
self-discipline. Controlling your mind.
Control of my mind. Control of negative self-talk.
Right. Okay, so that overcoming your limiting self is very important to you. Excellent.
Right.
So let's just write that down. Overcoming my limited self, my limited beliefs. Overcoming, that's related to growth. Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, we've got two or three more questions. So one is, what topics of conversation do you like bringing up? Like at a dinner party or with friends at coffee? What are the types of things you
Generally,
really...
I like
Yeah.
I would like to master.
Uh-huh. Master?
I would like to master my own mind or emotions, how to basically, be a stoic person, how to, practice that, how to practice that every day, how to be in control.
So you like talking about this? This is a topic of conversation you get excited about when people, or you bring it up? Because this is what's the question. I like what you said, but is it the answer to the question? What types of conversation do you like engaging in or bringing up? Do you talk about personal growth with your best friends, or at the dinner table, or with your husband? Is it something what topics do you get excited about in a positive way? I don't mean toxic way. I mean, for you, I imagine it's personal growth because it's something you're excited and enthusiastic about. But is there something else you're excited and enthusiastic talking about?
I'd like to ask about anything and see if the reaction of other people would be the same as mine or different. I like to compare and analyze why some people are reacting in a different way to the same things than I, and just, a little bit elaborate on that. And
so you have a curiosity about learning about other people and their motivations. Okay, so that's a genuine curiosity, learning.
Yes. Again, yeah.
And the ninth question is, what celebrities or politicians do you admire and inspire you? You can name 3. You mentioned Audrey Hepburn. What other people have inspired you? Like, I have been inspired by Oprah Winfrey, for example. Greatly inspired me, changed my life, because I value the type of work she's doing. It's not that I don't, I admire Angela Merkel for being who she is and her power, but it's not something like I aspire to. But it gives you a clue if you admire some politician or other professional.
Well, I always like to, I'm always drawn to Dalai Lama, or there's also another monk,
Thich Nhat Hanh.
Yes.
Thich Nhat Hanh. So you like the Dalai Lama. Okay.
Yeah.
So your celebrities are spiritual celebrities. They are people who are in the spiritual realm, the realm of becoming free.
Yes, I mean, even recently Jay Shetty in the same
Jay
kind
Shetty.
of light.
Right. So they're all spiritual gurus. They're all spiritual gurus.
Right.
Okay. So I want to ask everyone else also to write down in the comments, who are the people you admire? And what is it that makes them admirable to you? What is it that you admire in them? Because this will give you the value. See, right now we realize that Maria, she likes the value of spirituality, inner freedom, personal development. This is all coming up. So as you can see right now, you have come up with about 10 to 15 values, and this tells you who you really are. And now you've got to collect these and sift through them and really come up with six values that really represent you. Make a list. Make a list and put it in the order of priority. See? Finding yourself is not some abstract exercise. As you can see, it's a very meticulous, it takes a lot of writing, self-reflection. Try to make a list of those values in the order of priority. It's very important to do that. prioritize. What's your most important value? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're getting closer. We're getting warmer to your core. The core, the fire that makes you burn. The fire that will give you that energy to overcome any difficulty. As I'm talking, also everyone else can continue also writing. Write down your values in the order of priority. Let me read some of our comments here. Platon, okay, Richard, Anthony, great that you're joining along, and Abdul, and Marsha, and Giacomo, and Andrea. Excellent, thank you for joining us. Right now we're going through this exercise of trying to find our core values so that we can figure out what makes us tick, what will give us the energy we need, what really are our core values, what is it that makes us come alive, makes us have passion in our life. Because without emotion, there will be no motion. We need to know what our emotions are. The emotions will get us into motion and stop the procrastinating. So, tell me when you're finished, Mary.
Well, I have 3 for now. I have first self-growth.
Okay.
Second, creativity. And 3, spirituality. But maybe that goes with self-growth. I'm not sure.
Okay, just keep those 3. And now I have to explain to us something that's even deeper than values. What can be even deeper than values to get to our core? What can be deeper than values? What can be a real dynamite? Deeper than values, people, are our needs. Your needs. Your needs are on a very primal level. The needs you have are even deeper than your values. And you have to know what your needs are, because if you don't know what your real needs are, you won't know what makes you tick. And let me tell you what the 6 human needs are. The 6 human needs. And you figure out in which priority they are to you. Okay? The first human need is the need for certainty. That's like the need for security. Okay? Everybody has this need in varying degrees. Like if someone who's very wealthy, they don't have that need for certainty because they have that need for certainty. Their basic needs are taken care of. Their shelter, their food. That is the need for certainty, for security. Security is another word for certainty. Some people, they can't thrive unless they have that certainty. Most people can't thrive unless they have certainty. But for some people, the certainty is already taken care of. So they have other needs. Once your certainty needs are taken care of, you move into needing variety. That's right. People who have taken care of their certainty needs start looking for variety. You see that with a lot of like wealthier people or middle class, middle upper class people. They like to take trips. They like to go on adventures. They may even have affairs, okay? Because they have the certain thing, they have the need for the certainty, but they also need the variety. And variety sometimes takes over. That need for adventure overcomes the need for certainty. And it's more on the forefront. Then there's also the need for significance. Okay, once people have done all their adventures, all their travels, they've had all the affairs in the world, they've had so many lovers, so many different varieties, oftentimes they start looking for significance. They want to do something important. They want to feel, that's when you have status needs. The feeling of being unique and of having value in the world. You're important. Okay, a lot of people have that kind of need, the need for significance. I'm different, I'm unique, look at me, I'm so important. I do important things. Is that you? We're all that a little, but the question is in which order these needs come in. We also have the need for connection and love. So, for a lot of people, love and connection is their prime thing. They need love and connection to thrive. If they don't have the love and connection, it's not, they just don't come alive. Other people, not so important for them. Their need for significance is more important than honest love and connection. When I say love and connection, I mean genuine, heart-to-heart, touchy, huggy, lovey, woo-woo, fuzzy love, energy. Not everybody love me. That's appreciation. That's significance. Don't mix up love and significance. Okay? Then we have the need for growth. Once you have love, you want to keep growing. So this is very prevalent in yourself. I've seen that, Maria, and other people. Is people who love learning, who love stretching themselves, moving out of their comfort zone for learning and growth. And lastly, we have contribution. Contribution. You'll notice a lot of people, once they've taken care of their status needs, their love needs, their certainty needs, their adventure needs, they start giving back to society. They start giving, they become philanthropists. If they don't have money, they just contribute a lot of their time and energy to good causes. They want to make a difference. They want to leave a legacy. So I know that that's a lot, but you really need to figure out the priority of these needs. And you can put them next to those three things that you value from before. The things that you value will lead you to will have some connection to those needs. These are human needs. Let me just read some of the comments here. I think the most important need is love and being loved by others. Wonderful. Some people believe that being loved, for you, that's most important. For others, it's growth. For others, it's having adventure and uncertainty. So the important thing is to know what makes you tick. As I'm talking, I hope some of you are writing them down and prioritizing them. Because next I'm going to ask you to make a sentence, or rather a statement, something like a mission statement. A mission statement. Let me read you some mission statements of famous people, just to inspire. For example, Denise Morrison, the CEO of Campbell's Soup Company, she says, I would want to serve as a leader, live a balanced life, and apply ethical principles to make a significant difference. And yet most people would think she's running a soup company, Campbell's Soup Company. For her, she stresses the need to make a significant difference. That's what makes her tick. Her need to make a significant difference and to live a well-balanced life. So as we're talking, I want you to slowly start putting your values and your needs into a sentence, a mission sentence, a mission statement that really reveals the mission or the experience you want to have. Let's not get too big with the words and say, this is my mission in life. But it's your inner mission. It's your inner mission. It's, I am here to grow, to learn, and to contribute, for example.
Yes.
Something like that, of that nature, may apply to you, Mary. So put your values and your needs into a very simple, beautiful statement. I am here to love others, to contribute, and to grow. Just put them in that order of priority. Because this is, you know, your north, your ethos. It's what are your values, your truth. It's your truth. So no matter what, figuring out this simple mission statement will align you, and you will be able to make decisions by having this as your shield, your emblem, your motto. Okay? This is a very simple thing. After doing all the detective work, we're filtering through, and we have figured out that what you love is growth. Go ahead, say it for yourself. I don't want to...
creativity.
Creativity?
Spirituality.
Okay, growth, creativity, spirituality. Now let's turn those into verbs. Not nouns, verbs. I am growing, I am being creative, and I am experiencing my spiritual being. You see? Rather than nouns, your mission statement should be in a verb or present continuous. Okay? I am here for growing, learning, and creating. A sentence like that. This is your, you know, your superpower. This is where your power lies. Anything where you're not being creative, you're not experiencing your spiritual being, that's not for you. That's not what brings you alive. If you want to keep having enthusiasm in your life, it's very important to know that this statement, it's like your superpower. Okay, so it takes some time to formulate it. It needs some editing and re-editing, but today, you know, we have given you the basics. Now, some of you may want to combine in your mission statement your actual professional service. What do I mean by that? I mean that you can either create a separate mission statement for your professional well-being and keep this statement with your values and your needs as your personal statement. You can have two statements that represent you, your personal and your professional, or you can have them both entwined in one. What do I mean by that? Okay, when we are doing a profession, we are obviously offering some value to the world. If it's professional, you're offering a value. What is that value? Search a little for yourself. What is the value, the added value that you are offering through your creativity, for example? Or what's the value that you want to? Maybe you haven't developed it yet into a profession. Say you like playing piano, okay? Now, your profession might be teaching people piano. Okay, people who don't know, taking absolute beginners and teaching them piano. Or it might be giving concerts in small clubs or stadiums or whatever, offering entertainment. That's the value, that's the service you're offering, right? So, as I said, you may want to take some time to figure out, and basically it's, what do you love to do? Who do you do it for? And what is it those people want or need? Okay, because you have to know the needs of your clients. If your client just wants to learn piano, then you're teaching lessons. If your client wants to be entertained by the piano, i.e. at a bar or at a concert hall, then you understand that your service is entertainment. So take what you love and figure out who you're doing it for. This could enable you to have your professional statement. Now, if all these questions are too much, I'm just reminding everyone the questions are in my book, From Fear to Freedom. It's a workbook and will help you figure out what it is you want. So I hope that that has been helpful to you, dear Maria, in getting yourself closer. Because once you have your mission statement, either your personal mission statement and your professional mission statement, or if you like both of them combined in one, then you will know what you're living for. You will know what brings you alive. And this will greatly help in non-procrastination. It will help you focus your energy, and I'm not saying you won't have your days off of rolling around in bed or just taking hot baths or, you know, doing something that's off, just spending time with cooking and gardening or whatever you want to do in your free time. I'm not saying you won't have your procrastination, but when you're uplifted by your values and your needs, and you know for whom you are doing this, this will just give you a whole new sense of clarity and identity. And I know it seems like a lot of work. You're probably going to have to go back and clear your notes and look at your notes and review this exercise. But tell me a little of how you're feeling from the beginning of when we entered this session. Have you made some progress with these strategic questions?
Yes, first of all, I would never imagine that you can put together procrastination with your personal mission statement. That's brilliant. And also, I think that it helped me to figure out that even if I do it for myself, because creativity is my value, so even if I do it for myself, then maybe in the future it will be more clear and will help me to realize that I could contribute for others as well through that work. Maybe I don't have all the answers yet,
right?
But that helped me to realize that that doing something for myself in that regards, even if it's
developing yourself, right? Developing those things you love. Absolutely, it's okay to keep developing and putting in effort and energy into the things you love, because who knows, a couple of years down the line, it may turn into some service that you can provide for others, combining all the things you love. For example, the piano can turn into therapy, the gardening can turn into therapy, the sports and athletics can turn into coaching, training, and you may even combine things that you love into a unique profession, training, teaching that you can share with others who have a particular need and that you want to work with that need, whether it be entertainment or therapy or helping other people make money through what you're making money in. Whatever it is, your passions, your love will lead you to that. It's the clues that will bring you, just keep following those clues and not feeling guilty or like you're, maybe indulging. Follow your love, follow your passion. It's the intelligent thing to do. It's not self-indulgent. As long as it's not a decadent hobby, which none of yours are, follow your love, follow your passion. It will lead you, even if you don't have talent. I tell you, when you love something, you develop the talent. Say you're not the best painter. If you put in 10,000 hours of painting, if you love painting, you will improve your painting. I speak about it for myself. I started painting many years ago. I couldn't paint. I was doing little symbols. You know, I knew I liked creativity. I was doing just decorative paintings. I couldn't paint realistically. So I just did my compositions and started slowly putting in something realistic or realistic looking, symbolic, and developed the symbols into real paintings, realistic looking paintings. You know, it took me like a couple of years, 5 years, 6 years, but I went from being a totally abstract painter to being a realistic portrait painter. So you don't have to have the talent always. It's nice if you have talent, but more than talent is passion for something, for a realm. So follow your passion intelligently. So pathos and logos. Have a strategy for yourself, and this is what's going to make you happy. Your personal growth, your spirituality, all those things that you love. Allow yourself to follow them. That's not wishful thinking. It's not idealistic. It's realistic thinking. It's going to lead you to more joy, more happiness, and possibly more money. Why not? Money's just energy. Money's just energy. You put out energy, it will come back to you. But it doesn't have to be your driver. Your driver might just be, you know, being loved or being significant. It doesn't ever have to mean money if money's not your issue, but it can also turn into money. So thank you for asking these important questions, and I want to invite my friends on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. Please keep coming in with your questions. Go to the link, enter the room, the Zoom room, so that you too can ask your questions, and I will try to help you find more clarity and find the answers that you already have within you. So once again, thank you for joining on this Wednesday evening. Thank you for being a patron. If you are a patron of my work, you know who you are, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, I want to bring it out to my friends. If you want to join in the Zoom room, you have to go to the link alkistis.net/freedom, and you will find all the details. Love from Athens, Greece. Thank you.
Thank you.